Today I'm going to be showing you some of the components of an engine. Right here we have the piston, and the rod, and the wrist pin, and it goes in together, these three parts. Here we have valve springs. We have three different types of valve springs. We have the beehive, the cylindrical, and the conical. You have your valves, your intake valve and exhaust valve, your valve guide, your valve keepers, and your valve seat. Here we have valve springs. We have three different types of valve springs. We have the beehive, the cylindrical, and the conical. You have your valves, your intake valve and exhaust valve, your valve guide, your valve keepers, and your valve seat. There's a rocker arm which usually goes over a camshaft, and on some V engines you have a push rod. Some engines you may have a bucket shim that goes over the valves. These are cam caps. And this is the camshaft. These lobes push the valves down when they turn. This camshaft specifically is not for this head. Pulley and a belt tensioner. Here's our timing belt, a timing belt. Intake gasket, and you can tell it's the intake because the rubber ceilings, because if it was exhaust it would look like this, burnt. This is the exhaust gasket. Here we have the head gaskets. We have the crankshaft. The crankshaft turns inside the block with the pistons connected to this. Now this crankshaft does not fit in this boxer engine here. As you can tell, it's just way too big. This is where the crankshaft would go, and this is where the pistons, you would see them. Now these are piston rings, and these right here are thrust bearings. They usually sit like on the inside, like right here. That way, if the engine, or when the pistons move and throw, it's not gonna move the block too much. These are hydraulic lifters and rollers. This is what an engine looks like with its heads taken off. This is a V8 engine out of a Durango. It, well, as you can see, the piston had something in it, maybe a carbon buildup or something, because it is very, very damaged. But you can see that the pistons are all in there.